Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxshare, on the show tonight. It's GB and our Bridge is back. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, Oxshare, evening, Bridgeman. Hope you two are well, boys.
Oh, well, nothing changes, GB. How are you, mate?
Bridge loves a mute against me, I tell you.
Oops, I forgot to take myself off mute. Oh, Foxy didn't give me directions. Anyway, a good evening to yourself, Oxshare, and of course to the techie boys in the background. And GB, look after me tonight, please. To all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
First time caller, our Bridge.
I'm just waiting on the ping. I'm waiting on the wee ping come in.
Oh, his phone will be texting. Ping, 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 ping. He'll be getting his sticks. And it'll no, by the way, it'll no be him. Is that right, Bridge? Mrs. Bridge, when I met her, she said, I know when he's lying. I said, how's that? She said, his lips are moving.
And by the way, she does say that. She does say that. Oh,
I know she does. Right, listen, people have heard a lot of me and Bridge the last few nights. So, GB, the floor's yours, mate. And after you're finished, we'll go straight to the tune, all right?
Hi, they bother, mate. Thanks for listening. Don't be a stranger. Ox, I'm still a bit gutted for the weekend. One thing, though, really proud of the performance, Ox. I was there in the stadium watching the game, and I mean, at times I was pulling my hair out with them because I just think it was like, oh, this has got to be the same old movie. But for us to keep coming back into the game, Ox, keep getting the equaliser and pushing it right to extra time, I just think it showed good character. And I think for Big Phil to come on, I've been one of his heaviest critics. I was calling for him to get sacked and all the rest of it. Jury's still out, considering no firm kind of results for him, but I can at least see progress from Ox, which is all I wanted to really see this season. I wanted to see that he was building something, and the last couple of weeks and the game at the weekend and the Tottenham game and all that, it's good to see that we're actually hopefully on the right track doing that. That aside, the goals I think that we conceded, Ox, I think we could do far better. That was kind of the same old story a wee bit. I think we created our own problems with all three goals. But like I say, it's penalty shootout. Still a bit bizarre how Ridvan was one of the penalty takers. I don't know if the way they were saying about the whole guys in training and the best ones will be taking the penalties and stuff like that. I don't know if Ridvan was one of the better ones, but surely your goal scorers or your creative attackers should be one of the first names in the sheet up there. Hats off to Big Butland for going up and taking a penalty as well. He's obviously second in command with being a captain and that, so he showed his character there, going up and taking a penalty as well. But overall, Ox, after the game, when you're sat down and looking at certain things, I don't think we had really luck on our side as well, Ox, considering what we've seen today, mate. But overall, I'm happy, mate. I just think that a couple of things we could do better in the game that would allow us to no rely on officials to try and help us, basically.
Aye. So what you're saying is you're happy with the improvement, you're not happy with the result, of course, yeah.
Aye, that's it. Like I says, we're near. I felt as though we were nearly there. I felt that when we got that third goal, Ox, and took it to extra time, I thought we had them. I honestly did think that we had that bit about us that was going to just take us out of the line, and if the officiating had been properly done, Ox, I think we would have won it in extra time, to be honest, mate.
Mm-hmm. And who's Sean for you, mate?
Danilo, to be honest, Sean for me. I didn't expect much for him when he came on, Ox. I thought Diamandi had a decent enough game. Yefty again as well, brave on the ball for me. I mean, Egerman, again, this decision making, Tierney decision making.
By the way, you're funny enough, you should say that. You know how we've talked a lot this week about that 4-on-1 incident, GB and Bridge can come in with this. I just happened to catch something that was it was away in France again, and we broke away 3-on-1, and we basically done the same thing. I don't know if you remember the incident, Bridge, yeah?
I remember it well. Oh, yes.
It was Barjami played the Egerman. It was a rank pass.
Absolutely.
And the two occasions, the similarities are pretty similar. And the boss, in both occasions, should have went to Tierney. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, those incidents. Obviously, we need the management and coaches turn and look at this and say, here, look, when and there, you need to find out where you are on the pitch, right? If you're not sure where you are, have a shot or something like that. But for God's sake, look up. You need to know where you are. Who's with you? There's only one defender or two defenders, and there's four of you. What are you doing? Why are you not finding your man? And you do make a pass in the direction, but your pass is poor. Words to that effect. You get it smartened up. We've given away, I would say, tremendous chances. Our team are really good going forward when they break. They just seem to fall apart. The wrong decisions at the wrong time.
Yeah, the two incidents, they're not exactly the same, GB, but similarities. Obviously, the other ones not talked about as much because we only got a result. But Sunday, that was a big moment for me. I've said that a few times, mate.
It was massive, Ox. Again, seeing it, you're screaming for the right pass. I think I was screaming for him to put it to. It was Tierney. I was screaming for him to put it out to him, and he held on it, and then eventually he put the pass through in it, and Brajami was just, again, it was a panic shot, again, just directed at the keeper, Ox. I just felt it was a total waste.
He tried to put it across the box, mate.
Aye, I just felt it was a total waste, a wasted moment.
I'll tell you about it when rang, and Bridge being an old defender, the cry was no defenders. And when you go back and you've got these situations, if it's 3-on-1 and you're outnumbered, what the defender want you to do is go away for the goal. Because the more you go away for the goal, the harder it is to score, and it gives them just that one more chance or get somebody back. If you go as quick as you can towards the goal, it makes it so much harder to defend, and that's what's happened twice. We've played the ball out wide and we've got it wrong. So listen, just a small thing, Bridge, but if you go wide, you give the defender just that wee bit more time to try and do anything in it.
Yes, indeed. If you how can I say this? You get split between a quick pass and a hold the ball a wee bit longer, and a wee bit longer, and a wee bit longer, and you're hoping that the defender comes to you to be able to pass the ball to some guy who'll score a goal, or vice versa. You don't want the defender to come to you, but I'll just pass the ball here. It's really difficult for people, and I do honestly feel for them when they make a mistake. But it's unforgivable sometimes. I mean, I find these things just unforgivable. They're like, big Dessers chesting the ball down, and he's 3 yards out for goal or 4 yards out for goal, and he misses it. It's just nonsense, just utter nonsense. Just no thinking, and that's what happened to us. These guys weren't thinking; they were thinking the wrong thing, but 1 minute, and then thinking the right thing the next minute, and they've got it all wrong, and they really got it all wrong.
Ox, can I just ask you about Jack Butland? Obviously, I praised him for taking the penalty, right?
Uh-huh.
But see his overall game, and even him in the goals for saving the penalties and stuff like that. I don't think he was brilliant. Like, I think was the second goal for them, for Celtic. I felt as though he came out and tried to. No, it was Maeda's goal. I felt as though he could have done better with that one as well. Maeda put it across him and stuff like that. And I know it wasn't his fault in the first place for Maeda to get in and get a shot away. But I just think, sometimes when it was McGregor and goal and stuff like that, and keepers of the past, they had this thing that they could put players off. And I don't think he's got that presence yet that players fear being up against him.
I don't think he was really at fault for any of the goals, particularly, mate, if I'm honest, on Sunday. It gives me the fear with the ball at his feet. And the penalty kicks, mate, I don't think he's been brilliant the whole time he's been with us. This behind the line and all that, whatever tactic he tries, it doesn't work for me. I think he needs fresh eyes and fresh support and has to work and go to his left-hand side, mate. Going down on his left-hand side, it's an obvious weakness. And he has to work at it. Whether he's got that because his age, he can do that, or he can change his style, I don't know. But he ain't fantastic at penalty kicks. Whatever he's doing isn't working, so he has to try something different. That's my take on it. Bridge?
Yeah, I can't disagree with a word you said there. I just can't. I think even when GB speaks about these things, we're all right, because our goalkeeper's a really good goalkeeper, and I thought he did well getting scoring. But when he's in goal, you think he's a big fella. He's going to get some of these. There's 5 penalties. He's going to get close to some of them. You never get close to any of them, really. And you think to yourself, well, is it Super Jack Buckland, or are we singing about the wrong person? But I'm not going to. It's gone. Meaning he never done anything wrong, in my opinion. He never done anything wrong. But that your mind starts to think, how come this, how come that,
Who was the last Rangers goal to save a penalty in a penalty shootout? Somebody can phone in with that answer. That's a good one.
Probably McGregor.
No, think back, mate. Yeah, penalty shootout. You don't have as many as you think, GB.
You don't actually, you're right.
No, Oxen, and I mean, for the neutral, it was a good game. It was end to end exciting stuff, that. But the penalties for us, Ox, is just that. I think what I say is we don't seem to have that presence. You always had that. I mean, you think back to McGregor saving that penalty against Samaras. Samaras was a good striker, and McGregor was able to stand up and, I don't know, put doubt in his mind. I just feel Jack's lacking that. I don't think he's got this kind of aura that Celtic players really fear scoring against them. I think a lot of the time they find the goal very easily against the Mox, and I think we need to get better at that.
Well, his record against them is not fantastic, mate. I think in the last few games, I think he's lost 3 goals in the last 3 games. Would that be right? No, apart from the cup final, Scottish Cup final. No. And he wasn't great that day, was he? You make your reputation by keeping clean sheets and making big saves at the right time. Bridge,
Oh yes. I think the first dozen games with Butland, he was outstanding and looked apart. And now it goes, it sort of levels out, and I don't blame him, because I don't think for the nearly 2 seasons he's been here. Is it 2 seasons he's been here? Maybe 2.5, something like that.
Oh, a year and a bit, mate. A year
and a bit. There you go. So we're in the middle of the second season. So he's out of that time. He's not at the greatest defence helping them, and you can see with the different teams that come out every other week and the different defensive pairing. Who, by the way, some of them were just a criminal what they were doing. And I mean, he was caught out. If he could play behind a first-class centre-half pairing and 2 really good fullbacks, then he would be a better goalkeeper. He'd get a lot more confidence.
But he's still culpable for the goal. Aida's.
Oh yes, 100%.
The goal Ibrox, that one. We just got it back to 2 each. He was culpable for. I think it was the second one at Parkhead in the 3-0 defeat. He wasn't great. So he's had these moments, but no positive moments. And you earn your reputation in the big games, GB. That's a fair comment you make.
Aye, that says. I mean, I know I praised him at the start and that, but the penalty taking that, and he's had moments. Even the Tottenham game, some good saves and stuff like that, and even in the European games, he's had like good moments. But there's just, I don't know. See, like say Tottenham's goal. See that one where he's just like gone down and he's not making himself big in that, and then that's his Maida's one as well. I just feel as though I'm the expert, the goalkeeper expert, right? But the way Maeda took the ball and he had a moment where I think Jack Butland could have rushed him. You know what I mean? Could have came out and grabbed the ball. I just think he needs to get better on that kind of stuff.
I don't, honestly, mate, I don't think so, mate. Honestly, for that goal, I think it fell. He got his luck with the control. He was in top of him, and maybe he could have come out quicker. And I get it, but it was all split second stuff. I mean, it's no perfect unless you save it. But I'm not really giving him any blame for that one, mate. If I'm honest,
I agree with that to a certain extent. I think that
if you gamble and you get it right, GB, sorry, Bridge. If
Okay,
you
no
gamble
problem.
and get it right, and you do something bad and run out and it works for you, sometimes it can just be a bit of luck. But he needs, your point is brilliant, mate. He has to perform better in these big games, mate.
Yeah.
That's where you have your reputation. Bridge, in you come, mate.
I think the Spurs player was coming across, so he's running 180 degrees, not 180, but 180 degrees in front of him, and he's running across. So he's thinking he's going to have a left foot shot, and he's going to go for the far post if he gets a chance. And sure as shooting, he lifts the left foot and he has a smack. But by the time the ball's hit, he's cut it back. And of course, I think that's wrong-footed, Butland. And I think he was left stranded with that one. I really do think he was left stranded. He was expecting that ball to go to his right-hand post or inside it. That's what he expected. That boy did a fantastic bit of football, cutting that ball. He cut the ball right into the left corner. Fantastic. I take nothing away from him. But the goalkeeper was all at sea there. I don't say it's the goalkeeper's fault, but I thought I'd give the guy credit for a great goal. That's what I say.
You're a nicer man than me, Bridge.
I know.
Okay, before we go into the news for the day, we'll put it out there, mate. Get the lines opened and see what people think of Jack Butland's performance in big games. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right. Have you got the last man to save a penalty in a penalty shootout?
No. No,
Alexander.
Good shout, that, by the way. That's a good shout.
You just show yourself up now, GB.
I think he's a bit further back in that.
Alexander the Great. Your record's that poor at the moment. Come on, GB, you can do better than that.
I can't back you up, GB. I can't back you up.
No, he's not allowed the memory test. If we're talking about the 50s and 60s, he'll get it right. Right, keep thinking, mate. Keep thinking, yeah?
Yeah, let me think about it.
Okay, right. So, obviously, the controversy, we've heard from me and Bridge. People don't want to hear it again. So, the floor's yours again, brother. GB.
Controversy, Ox. Let's say I'm usually a kind of guy that's kind of level-headed and don't really believe in conspiracy theories and all the rest of it. But I'll tell you something, Ox, as the things have went on and on and on since we've got 55, really, to be honest. Even during 55, there was moments that there were certain things trying to stop us in our tracks, and you kind of overlooked it as if to say, well, it's just human error. But as times went on, Ox, there's been certain things, like I say, that are starting to add up now. And fair play to Colm and all the rest of it, releasing the VAR. I think there was no other option, Ox. They had to, because the pressure was on them. If they had it away, then it would have even looked even worse. But see, when you hear that today, that commentary, you're like, there's multiple questions. You don't hear John Beaton once asking, guys, can you check that for me? Because for me, it looks as though it's outside the box. You don't hear, I'm saying that I'm going to speak to my linesman. You don't hear anything for the fourth official. It's just, and even when you're hearing the VAR team speak to each other, Ox, it's scandalous. They do a point blank decision within seconds. They're looking at it. They don't review it. They don't rewind it. I don't know what else to say to Ox. So, like, again, I think in any other realm work, you would be at least disciplined and suspended. And I think that's what the SFA today.
Listen, I said it last night, and I'll say it again, mate. They're either incompetent, yeah, or they're cheating.
Well, see, if they're incompetent, Ox, then they can't be anywhere near top flight football.
That's the point, DB. That's the point.
And that Alan Muir is an ex-ref.
Previous, isn't he, in cup finals?
Connor, aye, and Alan Muir, ex-referee, Ox. So he's left refereeing probably because he's not been good enough and went into the VAR station. You know what I mean? So again, another guy that is clearly, if he's not good enough to be a referee, Ox, what's he doing in a VAR? In one of the biggest games in Scottish football, live on telly and all the rest of it for the world to watch. Why are you putting an incompetent guy trying to make decisions? You know what I mean? It's mental. And then Ian Maxwell as well, by the way, Ox, after his statements before this has been released, should be coming back out and apologising again, because he's putting it down to human error. It's not human error. It's incompetence, like you're saying. Or like you say,
human error can be the referee's decision. As much as we would for issues with John Beaton, you can actually understand it's a borderline case. But it's happened quick, and the referee gives a foul, and we might think it's a penalty. You see it back, and I'm not sure. But with VAR, slow down different angles. There's no human error, Bridge, is it? I'll say it again. You're either pregnant or you're not. Bridgeman.
Well, the referees, we've all said it before. I've always had a shall we say, a pop at Beaton. In all the games that I've seen him refereeing Rangers, particularly at Ibrox, he's been pretty poor. Sometimes he's not been in the game and Rangers go ahead and win it. But really and truly, whenever he's making decisions, invariably a lot of the decisions go against us. However, that could be said about a lot of referees at the present moment. I don't think that the VAR people are on VAR. I've said this so many times now. I don't think they were even competent referees. Now, the VAR's only as good as the people are running it, or the system that we selected to go in, or maybe a combination of both. So if the system isn't as good, let's say if it's not as good as the Premiership in England, if it's a set of different, if we're using it slightly differently, then there's a chance that our referees aren't anywhere near as good as them down in England, in my opinion. And I'm not saying they're the best in the world, but for goodness sake, we need to get it right. Everything's there. There's people, all they need to do is get the screen up, look at the screen, and they should be able to do that within a minute and have a decision. And all I wanted was, where's the camera? What have we got down that line? Now, if they haven't got it, and VAR has shall we say, the TV, if they don't have any TV screen to look at, then that's fair enough. There's nothing they can do, and there's nothing we can do. But my God, they come out with an angle of the across the line, across it. If they've seen that in any way, shape, or form, there is no way they can say that's not a penalty. They need to turn around and say to John Bean, by the way, you need to go and look at the screen, or we think that's the foot's fully on the line. I don't think
when he's gave the foul, I don't think you have to tell him.
I'm saying that, or whatever it is, you just say, by the way, you're wrong there, John. It's definite penalty. So all he needs to do is do the square and
okay. So we're going to hear the audio, and it's hard to make out. And then we're going to go for some Oscar stuff, aren't we?
Oh, yeah? Oscar. It gets better and better.
JB DiCaprio.
Who's playing you?
Well, it's got to be Bridgeman, isn't it?
I thought Warren Beatty might be playing you, GB.
Oh, whoa. Warren Beatty? Wow.
GB will not know, but he was famous for Bridge Willie.
Well, that's two things.
Well, while we're near the audio, GB can Google Warren Beatty. Right, get here, this farce.
Final at Hampden between Celtic and Rangers. A lot has been said about this incident already, so let's take a look first and find out what you think.
Speed. Good. Tossed it.
APP. You pull.
Speed pull. Just outside. A bit loose, just outside.
Okay, number 5. He's just outside the penalty area. There's not much more than it than that. Yep. He's just outside there. It's really close, but
yeah.
It's more outside than it goes there. It's really close, but
100%.
We'll reset that.
Okay, guys, we all good to go? Yeah, in the VAR centre.
Yeah, we're good to go. No ongoing checks.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Well,
Right, okay. Can you make really head and their tail in it? There's 4 characters involved. Okay.
Yep, mate.
Yeah, there's John Beaton, the referee, Alan Muir, Frank Connor, and David McGeechy, the main stand linesman. Yeah. I wonder if Fox is busy, because it wouldn't be right if you played 2 parts. GB, would it?
No, maybe give Foxy boy the David McKeegan. He gave him the linesman duties.
In you come, Mr. Fox. Come on up.
It's getting better.
Mr. Fox.
Hello, what are you trying to get me involved in here?
Okay. You see in the call there's the lines who says what in this call. So for the one so people know, you're going to be David McGeechy, the main stand linesman, all right? DM, yes. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bridgeman is playing his favourite character. Who are you, Bridge?
Cheating Bean.
And you are Warren Beatty. Who are you playing?
Alan Muir.
And I've got the honour of playing Frank Connor. See you on Collusion Street.
Aye.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Right. Okay, Mr. Fox, over to you.
Well, the first lines are speed, good, he's lost it.
Oh, APP. It's a wee pull.
Outside the penalty area.
It's a wee pool, just like Saturday night.
Yeah, but he...
Fox.
Just outside a bit. It looks like just outside.
Right.
Okay, number 5.
It's just outside the penalty area. Not much more than that.
Pulled him.
Yep. He's just, you can see it. He's just outside there. It's really close, but...
Loses his traction. Just pull him. Just pull him down. He pulls him.
Yeah.
It's more outside than he goes there, didn't he?
I didn't think it was a penalty.
Real close, but
100%.
right, we'll reset.
Okay, guys, we all good. We're all good to go. Yeah, in the VAR centre.
Yeah, we're all good to go. No ongoing checks.
Thanks, mate.
All right, so my character, Mr. Connor, had 2 bits to go, and he said, he pulled them down, and also said, okay, number 5, and where else did he say? He said something else. Outside the penalty area. So where did that happen outside the penalty area? Because it didn't.
No.
So what did he see? So he's either grossly incompetent, need new glasses, he's got an agenda, or he's a cheat. Help me out.
I'll
I'm
go for the
never going
latter.
to the same old ground. I'm never going to the same old ground. Yeah.
Well, based on the way I acted that part there and said it, it was definitely a collusion, because they were all saying, eventually at the end, they were all saying the same thing. You made a good decision, guys. Let's go with it. That's what
The only one that kind of get blamed in that when you hear that back, and Mr. Fox, I don't know if you're still there, is potentially the referee.
Aye.
I blame the referee for. I blame him at the end.
Bridge. Bridge.
Oh, sorry.
Fox.
In the commentary, it doesn't sound as though John Beaton's at fault for me.
Aye. He's got to be guided by far. And it looks as if my mate, Mr. Connor, makes a statement right away outside the penalty area. Outside the penalty area. So what did they see? Warren Beatty. What did they see?
He says it's more outside than in. How can it be more outside than in?
And Cheating Beaton says, I didn't think it was a penalty. There you go. That's what he said.
But then this is the moment as well, Ox. Big Alan Muir goes like that. Aye, but it was really close. So that's where I'm a bit dubious with Beaton. Beaton should be going like that. Well, if it's close, let me see it. I mean, go and have a look. Go and have a wee look at it on the monitor. Is it on the line? Not one of them have said it's on the line. You need to go and check that. Linesman as well. The linesman's like that. He's lost his traction. He's just put him down. So he's put him down where? Where did he put him down? Right outside the box.
The linesman wasn't really involved too much yesterday, but now that he is involved, he's part of it, isn't he? Because he's seen it, made a statement, and got it wrong. Yeah. What's your take on it, Fox, before you disappear into the ether?
I think a lot of it's been made out about the penalty kick. The penalty kick is a stonewall penalty. Forget that. The whole thing about this is the decision making by the VAR officials. And it's for everybody to see out there online. It wasn't a hard task to get that decision right, and it makes you wonder what the hell's going on in these VAR rooms. Did they give a wee high five after they got by Wally Collum? That's what I want to know.
There has to be collusion, Oxford. There has to be collusion there. Not once did they say the guy's foot was on the line. Not once.
Yeah, but when you look at it, the foul took place in the Pillory jersey.
That's correct.
So if the guy's feet is 6
on
inches outside the line and you're leaning out of the box and somebody pulled you in the box on your jersey, it's a penalty kick, Bridge.
Absolutely, 100%. But not once did they say the guy's feet's in or he's pulling them into the box. Not once did they say that. I don't remember anything. I never said anything like that, and my script was right.
I thought you were poor, mate. You're usually quite good at
I'll leave a lot to be desired, I know.
You usually put your heart and soul in it, but I just poor performance.
It's John Beaton you've given me to do. I don't like this.
Right, okay.
Ox, when we got to play the right commentary, just basically, it's outside the box, don't get it to Rangers, it's not a penalty, don't look at it.
That's probably more like it, pal.
Yeah, Mr. Fox has got his theories on that one as well. You know, but it's hard to make out when you hear the audio that quickly. You don't know who's saying what, yeah? And, well, they're either incompetent, they need their eyes tested, or they're cheating. Yeah, because they get to see it. And the other thing I know about it is they don't just get to see it once if they want to, GB.
Aye, that's it. There's multiple options there, Ox. And I don't understand why they didn't, like, even call him the day, and gave him his due, hammered him the day. He says they were far too fast. They had multiple time to go back and have a look at it and watch it back. And the thing is, like everybody's saying, it's a pull. It's Shields pulling on Czerny on the line. So there's no outside the box. It's inside the box it's happening. The defender is pulling inside the box. And how they didn't want to review that and rewind it. All they're doing is concentrating on the Rangers player. And that, for me, Ox, is telling. Because when you're only focused on that player and no Shields, then where does your loyalties lie, for me? When you're obsessed with the Rangers.
I know.
And as I say, that side of the park, cup final, same cup final, League Cup final, one of them's got history for getting major decisions wrong right in front of him. Same view, same everything. Yeah.
You just blame me for everything, don't you?
No, it wasn't. It was Mr. Connor.
Oh, Mr. Connor. Oh, he does the same thing.
2019 cup final. Listen, but I suppose we're going to have to move on at some time. But I don't know how we have to keep up this pressure, mate. Because all we're wanting is fair play. We don't want anything else. Bridgeman.
100%. That's all Rangers want. It's one level playing field. Not completely level because there's parts on the like that. A level playing field in essence, and everybody treated the same by all the officials. And if we can't do that, get rid of the officials. Get new officials in, just like they did before. 10 years ago? Well, it wasn't 10 years ago, but whenever it was, they had to go and get new officials. And somehow or other, they managed to get themselves back up. And why? Why aren't they full time? Why are the referees no full time?
No, they can't afford it, mate. Scottish
it's just down to afford. Yeah? It's just down to money. Right, okay. I think the Premiership, my honest opinion, the Premiership, the referees should be full time. Or Scottish Premiership. The other ones can be part time, and as much part time as you want. But surely we've got referees that are refereeing at full international level. I'm not saying every one of them, but we've got referees there that have been.
Well, you can see how my referee standards have fallen, mate. We used to have referees at all major competitions. We don't anymore.
Yeah, 100%, Paul.
Yeah, we don't anymore. Yeah. But listen, I get it, GB. I mean, listen, I'm still not annoyed, but I'm frustrated with the 4-on-1 and we don't score the goal. We're not talking about this, but it's still a major talking point because it's not a standalone incident.
But again, Ox, we don't know what would have happened. We could have got the penalty and walked up and missed it, right? And it would have even mattered a jot. But we would have still had a chance there to put ourselves in front during the extra time, which the way Celtic were looking as well, they were looking leggy and all that. You're just in big games like this, you need your wee bits of luck. And it just seems to be that any small decision that we get to get our nose in front or anything like that, the people behind the scenes are just not allowing it. They're trying to find any old excuse. It's the same back to Colin when he was on VAR and all that, and couldn't see Johnson's handball and all this inside the box. Desser's foul in the build-up to Roof's goal and all that. John Beaton as well is at fault because he shouldn't be anywhere near a Rangers game or an off-home game because he's failing and all. He's no picking up the major points. He's no getting the right. I mean, the amount of cares he was dishing out to our players at the weekend was shocking and all, considering what was going on with some of their dark arts.
I want to just take you back to this thing, right? Alan Muir said it's a wee pool, right? Right? Yeah, he says it's a pool. And Frank Connor comes in with right away, right outside the penalty area. So when did the pool, when you watch it back, it never happened outside the penalty area. The pool never took place outside the penalty area. He's either incompetent, he needs new glasses, or he's cheating. And I'll say it again, if he's cheating again.
He's bringing the game out of disrepute. I mean, that's the thing. You can't have that. You can't have decisions like that are so blatant, Ox. When you've got folk watching it on the telly who are straight on the Instagram telling you that it's a penalty any day of the week, then I mean, no wonder Clement's phone was red hot because he's got probably ex-players and everything in his phone. You know what I mean? And they know what a penalty is when you're getting into that box. And again, Beaton for me should have asked the question. He should have seen that looks to a foul to me, boys. Can you check it on VAR? Is it outside or inside the box?
No, to me, I'm going to be fair. I'm not John Beaton's biggest fan. He's awarded the foul, and I think somebody made the point the other night. He could have awarded the penalty and got it checked out then. But he's awarded the foul, and then they're checking it, mate. So the play's stopped, and it's been checked by the officials. The linesman's thrown in his tuppence worth, and they're saying, no, it was just outside. They've made that up. That's what he said. That's what the statement said, and it's in the audio. It's outside the pool. Well, the pool was never outside. So what did they see? It made them say that, or is it his agenda?
Personally, I think it's the agenda, Ox, because
Right, so
I think it was.
It's either inside the box or it's outside the box because it's subjective, isn't it?
But when you listen to the professionals, Ox, they're saying as well the foul is on Shields. Shields is pulling, so he's starting the foul inside the box. He's inside the box. It's nothing to do with Tierney. It's the foul that is getting committed inside the box clearly, and Tierney gets brought down on the line. Madness. There's no outside the box for me.
Exactly. So what did they say that? What did
they start putting it out in everybody's head, wouldn't it?
Maybe. You're becoming very cynical, Warren.
Aye, so he is. As soon as he became Warren Beatty, he's a different man. He's a different man.
Must be my American accent coming through.
Very good.
We'll find out if Mrs. GB's got a smile on her face tomorrow.
Check out he's famous for first pal, don't you? I'll tell you. No, seriously, guys, in my opinion, and I didn't see it obviously as closely as that. I thought a good shout for a penalty there, but the game goes on. You know, I've got a free kick, and I'm more worried about me. I say, I'm very, very honest. At that point where it's coming from, there's a good chance that Cherny might be able to do something, or Hadji. You know, any of the guys that can actually are really good with the ball and get good. And so is Tav when he's on form. But the next thing I know, Tav's taking it, and it blew my mind. I thought, no, Tav, don't you take this, please. Now, we've seen Tav scoring for that particular spot, and he's done it before, so nothing against him for that. But his form at taking free kicks isn't that great at the moment, you know. So he took it and we didn't score, you know. I think it would have been better if we'd have got a disputed penalty, to be honest, because then Tav could have took it for the 12-yard spot and wrapped it into the net, as he does. Sickener.
Right, okay. Obviously, people have heard it. We've had a bit of fun. We were spam acting. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
There's two sides to this coin. Are we being fair or have we been OTT? What's your thoughts? You know, people see it differently. People say we need to move on, it's done. I get that. That's usually mind. You didn't put the ball in the net. You messed up the 4-on-1 with bad defending. There was another foul on the lead up to the third goal, but that's another story. And then we had our chances to win the game. I think you put the ball in the net and keep the ball at the net, you win the game, you take on the referee route. But however, the way it's spent the last 18 months, wow. It's even got to me, and well, I've been doing this for a long time, GB, and you've heard me. I think I'm pretty fair with refs, if I'm honest. Bridgman, I'm not even going to ask him. He didn't like them when he played.
Look, you know, sorry, go on.
No, Bridgman, no, you go. Sorry, mate.
Oh, no, please, carry on.
No, Ox, I was just going to agree with you. I don't think it's so much that one incident that we are all raging about. I think it's just been the build-up. I think, like you say, like Desser's one with the foul and the build-up to our goal in that all-firm game. You could, at the end of it, you're like, right, okay, that's a fair one to take, but all right, he's obviously touched him, so we've given the referee a decision to make on it, right? But as times went on, Ox, like you say, it's built up, and then see when you get something as clear as day as that at the weekend there, like you say, it comes a point where you're like, is it just incompetence, or is it just folk trying to make a decision so that it favours another team, or is it they're scared to make a decision on it? I mean, that's the difference.
Pressure does strange things to people. Yeah. Listen, I get it. That's the thing about VAR, isn't it? It's meant to take the pressure away. You make the instant decisions, and there's a there's a safe. There's belt and braces bridge, yeah.
Absolutely.
Somebody else can look at it. The people look at it. They check it. They talk and say, right, what did you see there? Right, okay, we've checked that. No, there was a foul. It was inside the box. Penalty kick. You got it wrong. You were nearly right, but you got it wrong. Yeah.
Well, I think it's fair to say that John Beaton obviously wasn't in a position to see whether, in fact, the pull was inside or outside the box, or that the player's feet were on the line, which means he is in the box. So all of these things matter, but the tackle or the whatever happened carried on by the was the boy's name again? It did it. Scales. When Scales was pulling him, he was actually pulling them into the box, and that he's in the box. He's got the ball. It might have started outside. I can't remember fully, but it doesn't matter because he's pulling them. He's pulling them into the box, and the boy's foot's on the line. So as far as I'm concerned, 100% penalty under the laws of the game, and the chief of referees, Mr. Collum, said the exact same thing. 100% penalty, no dispute about it. Now, the big thing for me, and I dare say for every Rangers fan all over the world, what's the decision going to be? What are they going to do to shall we say, to calm our breasties? Because seriously, I'm absolutely fuming about it. There we are, second biggest game in Scotland, the second biggest game in Scotland. So we've got the Scottish Cup and we've got in the League Cup, and we can't make a proper decision. Even when we've got VAR, we've got, obviously by the sound of it, we've got people on the VAR that are just not real. They're just not real. No matter how good that was, how bad it was, they're not going to give it to Rangers. 100% not giving it to Rangers. And the wee voices in the background saying, oh, it's outside the box, outside the box. They're not looking at the same film that I was looking at. Yeah? They're not looking at that.
I think the glasses are a different colour for yours, Bridge.
Yes, of course. But it's dead easy. You look at that same thing. Anybody that looks at that, and you probably go to any of the Celtic channels on any of the areas, they'll say the same thing. That was a penalty kick. Just look along that line there. There it's there. He's done the business. The defenders pulled him on. 100% penalty. And any Celtic fan that says no, then there you are. You can go and sit with them and the VAR. That's exactly what it is. Unfair and to me, collusion. When they're asked about it, it's collusion. The linesman and referee might have been a wee bit unsighted, but for me, no, that's not right. They've got to be able to be part of the decision. And the two that are in the VAR, well, what can I say? They should never, ever be involved in another football game in Scotland. Never, or anywhere. Just wrong.
Ox.
Yes, mate.
I think our players as well need to be a wee bit more savvy as well in the instance. They need to know the rules and all. Like I says, they should have been hounding Beaton to get a decision and re-look at it. And even our captain should have been up running about him saying, by the way, that's on the line. You better go and have a look at that at a monitor.
I don't think you can blame the players on the part, mate. I think the players on the part. Yeah,
you imagine the other side. They would have been beaten like nobody's business.
What should happen, mate? Things should be that instant. You've got all the people, all these. We'll get that many coaches watching the game live. They should have that information within rapid that was a penalty and get it on the part and then make your point. Yeah. I mean, when the part, you would just, I don't know, you'd maybe just take the foul, mate. Yeah, I'll be honest.
That's what they done.
I never picked it up live. I didn't personally. I can't say I did. No, I was more annoyed that Taft took the free kick like Bridgman. I was looking for Tierney to take it because I thought it was a better angle for him.
Thank you.
No, you're fair, Ox. When I was at the game, I mean, like I says, I wasn't standing on the line either, watching the Tierney getting pulled down. What I did see is though our manager was right across at the fourth official, speaking to him about it. You know what I mean? And how what I says, like you says, we've got a squad there that we monitors on the rest of it. They should have been right up at Collusion saying, by the way, it's on the line. Get them to put pressure on him, because I'm telling you, see if that was the Celtic players, whether they thought it was inside or outside, they would be hounding the referee.
Maybe that was the reason they went so quick. Maybe that's how they were so quick to get it over and done with.
Aye.
Move on, there's nothing to see here. And then it's exploded. So they're either incompetent, they need new glasses, or they're cheating.
I think that numbers 1 and 3, they're incompetent and they're cheating. That's what I think.
And there might be all 3, Bridge, if we're honest.
It could be. I think I don't know how Rangers are going to handle it, and we need to be really good. We need to get really good at handling these situations. I think we've had maybe 4 or 5 situations where we've approached the SFA for decisions on one thing or another, and at the end of the day, we've got nothing. We've not had nothing. So we really need to have a good case for this one if we're going to take it any further than we have, or whether we're going to just say, well, let's go on with the game, and that's it. Well, that's not for me. I want Rangers to take it all the way. And while they're doing it officially, we need the team to keep going, no matter what it is. Keep going. We need to rise up and get over it in the players' side until such times and make a decision. And I'm looking at the Ghent game. So where they replayed it. That's what I think should happen. I've always said these things when these things happen, there should be a replay. Unbelievable. It must be a replay for me. But we never had it.
That's how VAR's changed the game, mate. Listen, we'd have been talking about the pictures of the stills and we'd have been seeing whether the referee should have gave it back in the day. Things have moved on, and because of VAR, you're not expecting these things to be rang. And that's created this, if you like, debate, GB.
And it's created a debate of who's behind the camera, Ox, as well. You know what I mean? It's that kind of way that, are they good enough? Are we bringing in the right people? Is it the right people that's running it? When you've got the SFA CEO, Ian Maxwell, coming out and just try to brush it away. Nothing to see here, boys. It's just a wee mistake. It's not a wee mistake. It's a massive mistake in a big, big game in Scottish football. I mean, that's a game-changing moment, Ox. We put that penalty away. I'm telling you, it would have flipped the game because we had just scored to take it to extra time. And then if we got that one, that would have sickened them. Each would have been doing and all the rest of it. And I think we would have had the energy to get out of the line in it, Ox. It is all ifs, buts and maybes.
You know, you could have, as you said, you could have blasted the penalty on the bar. You don't know.
What I will say, Ox, I think us as fans, fan group, all the fan media out there, like say Heart and Hand and all that, and Four Lads and stuff, we need to keep pounding, like I says, Snide, Talk Sport, keep any build up to Old Firm games. We need to get on any of the moments where they're starting to talk about Scottish game or anything like that. Our fans have got spare time, get on the phones and get in there and absolutely pound the SFA and how their biased refereeing's going on and all the rest of it, Ox. Even on here, and build up to the next Old Firm game, we need to stop talk about these incidents so it's out there, Ox, because that's what the mob across the city would be doing the exact same thing. And like I says, I want to hear through Talk Sport and all that coming up. I want to see Jim White and I want to see that other guy talking about conspiracy theories about across the city and who's managing VAR and all the rest of it. I want it out there, Ox, because like I says, far too long are we sitting back. I've seen the Rangers spokesman's statement today. It's not good enough for me either, Ox.
It's no fair, Rangers, mate.
No, it's a spokesperson. It says a spokesperson.
They've not made a statement.
Well, from what I've seen, it says Rangers spokesperson said.
Who's it? So close to the club. Yeah, that could be me.
Aye, I get that, mate. But whoever said that statement, for me, hasn't even hit the nail on the head with it, Ox. So, again, for me, what it says, we keep pushing this. They've pushed it for long enough. It's time for us to push back at it all. It's time for us to highlight what's gone wrong in our games because, like I says, you can start counting them up. Dessers, the hornball at Parkhead with Johnson and all the rest of it. Like I says, these are all moments that could have changed the game for us. Who was the referee
that day?
John Beaton.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, well, Colin was on VAR, aye.
Who was the referee?
Clancy, aye.
Was it no Willie Colin was the referee?
No, Colin was
VAR. He was
VAR. He was in charge of VAR and said never bother.
I think he was a referee.
Oh no, I don't think so. Well, anyway, you could find that out.
It was his last year, wasn't it?
Aye, and he was. Remember, they hounded him for the audio because he said to John Beaton it wasn't a penalty. Just carry on, and they couldn't find the audio or something like that. This is what I'm talking about, Ox. We need to keep highlighting this, and all fan media, all Rangers fan media need to highlight this. And like I say, fans are out there that listen to other media programmes like Talk Sport and Snide and all the rest of it. Get on it and keep highlighting it. Keep asking the question: why is it? Why are we having these decisions? Why are these certain people constantly make mistakes in Rangers games?
I could answer that.
Oh, easily, Ox, but we need to keep highlighting it so like you say, it puts pressure on. It puts pressure on these folk going into it, because look what happened with Brendan Rodgers at Hearts.
Yeah. By the way, just to let you know, I've had a few texts. I'm right. Wally Collins was the referee. Yeah, come on, boys, do your homework. Yeah.
Sorry, pal.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but my mind says
Ox, was it so that it was John Beaton then? Didn't he give the handball, wasn't it then? Because one of the two of them was on VAR.
It was somebody was on VAR. It was about 3 years later they found it, wasn't it?
Aye. Shocking.
Can I just say I'm in 100% support of what GB's saying, but one of the things Rangers needs to ask about, the SFA need to have a process that if there's a dispute about VAR, they must have the visibility, they must have the camera work on it, and they must have the what do you call it, the audio stuff. They've got to have everything. No, after the game, they must have that, be able to access that immediately.
See if VAR's no sure, Bridge.
Is that, buddy?
See if they think, oh, that's that close, we can't make a call. What do you think they should do?
Well, that's up to the SFA and their rules.
What do you think they should do? They should push it back to the referee, the on-field guy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, he's made a decision. Right? Beaton made his decision, it was a foul. Okay? So if they can't get it through VAR to look at that, if that hadn't been such a clear picture, then I dare say we would have had to say, well, you know, we know that one. But if it hadn't been very clear, you'd have to go. The ref said, I imagine. But all I'm saying is, when we're not waiting, you shouldn't be waiting 2 days for the audio. We shouldn't be waiting 2 days. Rangers, each team that has this happens to, they should be able to say, can send us a copy of that audio, and we'll look at that audio, video, both. It should all be there in a wee package to send wherever they want it, whoever wants it, and untouched. And they can do it, because you know, you get people. They could send the audio and it could have been doctored for all you know. We need the audio to be bang on as it happened, and if the audio comes out and it's blurred and we can't make out what they're saying and all the rest of it, then it's a pile of crap they're using.
But that's what it's like. It's that fast, and that's one of the criticisms, even from Mr. Collum. Right, the wee Bulls sent us a message. Good to hear from you. Just to say that if Beaton gives a penalty and it goes to VAR, would they have overturned that decision then?
I'll bet you £1 to a penny. That's exactly what they've done.
So what did they see? Right, anyway, we'll have some callers in after the tune. So, get yourself in mute, lads, because we're going to have a tune.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I will show him the way as he did on that day. So now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside when I'm watching the Giles with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. That beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right with us, GB, yeah?
All here, mate, all here.
Yeah. You can see what people are thinking, mate, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because we know we can see through them, right? And we need to stick together, yeah, as a support. And we need to go forward. Now, we might not solve all this, or we might, as you say, whatever we do, but we've got to stick together. This is the time to really stick together. It's important. The team leaders were on a good run. Yeah, we never won the cup, but actually, if you take the results in 90 minutes, in isolation, we've done okay in the last few weeks. The football's improved. We're scoring goals. We hopefully get Southerback, get some additions in January, and we can win the next 4 games and then have a springboard. But it starts against Dundee on Saturday. Bridgman.
100%. Biggest game of the season coming up, and we have to do it. And yes, we have to get past this. So let's, for saying's sake, say Rangers Radio is going to draw a line on it unless one of the guys want to phone in and talk to us tonight. But from tonight, we need to draw a line under that discussion. We can always go back to it whenever it happens. But seriously, we've got to concentrate on what's happening next. So we'll get Saturday coming up. Huge game, Ibrox. Bridgman's going to be there, 100%. We need to do that, be able to get to the next game, and so on and so forth. And as long as we win the games, we're going to be all right. Keep winning the games. We need to be very concentrated and just do it. Don't let anybody put the team off what they're doing. They need to win the games. Never mind the flack that's going on about. Concentrate on the game. Concentrate on the game, and that's what we need to do, and win the game. Win the game, win the game, and we'll soon be there.
GB, I think your point was the support. I've got to stick at this, and I've got to. They can't take. Yeah, we can park it and move on, but we've got to keep the pressure up. It just doesn't go away. It's no done. It's done because we've got a game on Saturday, but it's no done.
No, just pick our moments, Ox, to keep highlighting it and all that. And let's say the Union Bears, when they're bringing banners and that, maybe bring in, a banner up questioning VAR or the SFA and that. Just keep the things in the limelight. And Ox, just keep putting the pressure on, because that's what they've done for so long. Remember, it was always that thing, Rangers penalty, and then that became a thing, and it was getting more focused on and all that, and referees started not getting the penalties. So, like I say, tide needs to turn now, Ox, and we just, like you say, need to stick together. But I'll stop talking because I think we've been joined by a caller, Ox.
All right. Okay, mate. Thanks for that. I've not got the right screen up. That busy trying to check some stuff. I think we've been joined by Billy. Evening, Billy.
Evening, gentlemen. How's it going?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Looking forward to the festive, mate. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm good, I said.
Glad to hear it. Although I've no words for how I've been feeling since Sunday. The reason I'm calling in tonight is, well, I just literally cannot fathom or comprehend like the severe lack of vocality, outrage, and like the general addressing of the blatant elephant in the room, or in our case, it's the entire circus. And that's a heartbreaking fact that lot have overtaken our trophy count. And it genuinely.
Well, it depends how you look at it, mate. It depends how you want to look at it. Depends on what kind of individual you are. Or it depends on how you count it. You want to include the First World War. You want to include the trophies we won. We were relegated unfairly doing back, yeah. And you want to take the last 12 years, mate, yeah. Depends how you look at it. Bridgeman. GB.
Aye, but no, mate, I totally understand where you're coming from. I've been gutted, mate. I was there in the stadium and every Rangers fan ran about me when we missed that penalty. Just, like I says, the hard work that went into that game just went out the window. And then when you get home, you start seeing that penalty incident. And then even Diamandi's foul in the build-up as well to their goal. Might have not came to end, but it was worth a check for me, mate. And again, like you're saying about the trophy hall, they can believe what they want to believe, mate. I think for us, we've just got to get back to kind of winning ways. And as Ox said there, we've just got to stick together as support. And hopefully this momentum that we are building and what we're seeing in a young team will overtake their so-called trophy haul again, mate.
I genuinely thought our support would be like totally apoplectic and full of disgust. I mean, like, this current generation of Rangers supporters, and I include myself in that, we have an obligation to pass on what was passed down to us. And like, I have an 8-year-old son, and if he just sees me all apathetic and not showing disgust, not showing hurt, not showing passion and talking about this, like, he needs to understand the pain, to understand the highs, and to not address it and discuss it. To me, that's every bit as painful as them overtaking it. And I know there's several different contexts and perspectives, as Ox said. Like, I totally get that, but the fact of the matter is, this isn't as if it just came out of the blue. We have been well aware that our lead has been getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, and now it's finally happened. The inevitability has happened, and I'm in shock. Like, I'm genuinely in shock about how it's barely getting talked about. And I just felt compelled. I felt as if I had to bring it up and address it because it's something that's really, really hurting me. And I just, as I said, I can't comprehend it, how it hasn't been talked about a lot more, if at all.
Well, I'd rather hear history every day of the week than their history, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely, so would I. But this is our history we're talking about. This is like a win that, for me.
Well, you've also got to remember the context of what they done in 2012, mate, where we were put. Yeah, and what happened, what we had to deal with. Yeah, you're not talking about even playing fields. Yeah. We're still not get back to where we were. We're still slowly getting there. It's not happened as quick as it should, and we've made a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. But ultimately, it's only one game of football, and I think we've proved tonight we were cheated out of the Bridgeman.
Yeah, 100%. We're definitely cheated. And how you doing, Billy? I hope everything's okay with you, pal. And some of the things you say, I totally agree with. Obviously, the total victories and the most shall we say, most successful team in Scotland, we've now been overtaken by them. But it's only by the one game, or one season, shall we say, because that's where it'll probably end up. So we need to, I've been saying this for a while, we need to go out, win all our games. And if we win all our games and score a couple of goals, then we've got a great chance of winning this league. Irrespective of what people say, we'll get a great chance. Because if we start beating them, others will get a chance at beating them. They might not win, they'll maybe get draws. And they will lose, they'll start to lose points. At the moment, they really are got a tremendous reputation, and a lot of teams are scared of them. And if one team can beat them, then another team go and play well against them and start to take points. But make no mistake, we need to start winning games, and lots of games in a row, 8, 9, 10 games in a row, things like that. We need to be doing that. And up to now, we haven't been so successful, certainly not this season. But we've got a good start. We've played some really good football in the last few games, and we were unlucky at both times, in my opinion. So we need to go forward from there.
Here's something you might want to teach your wee boy. In our very success games, you will agree by skill will draw more people than ever to see it. That will benefit many more clubs than the Rangers. When others come after us, we welcome the chase. It's healthy for us. We will never hide for it, never fear. Inevitably, we shall have our years of failure, and when they arrive, we must reveal tolerance and sanity. No matter the days of anxiety that come our way, we shall emerge stronger because of the trials to be overcome. That has been the philosophy of the Rangers since the days of the gallant pioneer. Thanks for your call, Billy. Don't be a stranger. We'll speak to you soon.
Well said, Oxia. Well said. Or should I say well read?
Yes. Should not have the heart.
Is that you quoting the Mr. Struth? Good man.
Have you found out who won and beat you as yet?
He's an American womanizing actor, isn't he? Just off the top of my head, by the way. Just off the top of my head.
He was famous for something.
Oh, I've been trying to find it. I can't find it. But see, the thing is, see about this whole trophy hall thing as well. For
GB,
the last,
read the Robbie, please.
Oh,
yeah, carry on.
Okay.
We've been joined by Bob Gia. Evening, Bob Gia.
Good evening, gentlemen. How you doing?
I'm good, mate.
Hello, good. I'm glad everybody's good. I was just listening to the Irish fella there, and Billy, and he's talking away there about the trophy halls and stuff. You're right in what you say, Ox. They chased us all our history and knew. Wait, I turn this bloody hearing aid down, mate. That's what it is. In fact, I'll take it out. There you go. Hello.
Oh, you're breaking up there, Bob Gia. Yeah?
Can you hear me now?
Aye, so listen, trials come our way, GB. You've got to overcome them. It's how you react. Yeah? It's how you react.
Of course, Ox. And to be fair, we've ever since we've had to get a new board in and all the rest of it, Ox, and rebuild the club. We've always had trials, expectations, and all the rest of it. We've never had it easy, Ox. And
no, some of us we ain't doing, by the way. We'll make mistakes, let's be honest. Some of us a cabal, yeah.
But some of it, again, as well, Ox, has just been outside influence with, like, say, COVID and all the rest of it. You've said before, mate, like, during 55, we still don't know the ins and outs of what was happening during Gerrard's, his 56 season. And I look back at it and you're like, right, we should have sold Kent, we should have sold Morelos at that time and stuff like that. But we just don't know what the finances were saying at that time. And if it was the right thing to hang off and just try and give Gerrard the same team to go with again just to get us through another season, then fair dues. But I think, like I says, the mistakes and stuff like that, Ross Wilson, etc., etc., I just think we probably just went and spent the money that we built up too quickly. and hoped that the winning team was just going to continue on. I think we're hoping that Across the City would be taking years to rebuild as well. But sod's law that they got a kind of lucky spin for across the continent with some of their signings. And that's what kind of done us a wee bit. But what I say is, Ox, for what I've seen on Sunday and for what I've seen against Tottenham Hotspur, we've got a young team there with some experience in it. And I think a good transfer window in January will help strengthen us again. And we just keep pushing on. Granted, Clement's still got what I say is this old firm hanging iron. But I do think it will come at some point. And I think as soon as he gets that one win, then hopefully there's a wee bit of snowball effect, Oxford, when it comes into these fixtures that we'll have a mindset that we can take them. I think Sunday will help the team massively in the belief that they can actually match Celtic, even though people keep going on about the difference in money and all the rest of it. That just shows you when Sunday, Ox, it's all about recruitment. It's all about getting the recruitment right, because they had an £11 million player in the park who's looked shocking and who's done nothing. And yet we've been dancing around about with signings for like £1.5 million with young Eggman. You know what I mean? So what I say is it's all doing about attitude, coaching and all the rest of it. And I think what I say is if Clement can get a good understanding with this squad, keep the tactics ticking there the way it's been, then I think we'll be all right, Ox.
Listen, I don't know if it will be this season or next season. I don't know if Clement's the man. Only time will tell. Yeah, and there's been a lot of mistakes made. We know that. And the start of the season, the football was abysmal, Bridge. We've said it on here. Everybody's said it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can see improvement. And if it keeps improving, we will be all right. But ultimately, you need to win big games and you need to win trophies. It's as simple as that, Bridge.
Yeah, 100%. And look, the truth of the matter is that after that game, right, although we lost, I have to say that I thought Rangers were tremendous. I thought they had a great game. And some of our better players, latterly better players, never reached the top of their game because it was such a tough game. And so, but they were leveling a lot of things out. So we know that they over there at the City have got a good team. They're top of the league. And their people have been saying, let's say people in the press who sometimes we don't want to listen to, they've been saying that they're millions of pounds ahead of us, which they probably are. I'll tell you what, we gave them a fright, and they better believe it if they got a fright. And the next time we play them, as long as we can do the same thing, exactly, as long as we can play the way we were playing, we've got a massive opportunity to take them and beat them. Take 3 points after them at Ibrox. And that's what we need to do. But we need to build up to that. We can't have any dips and drops. Right? We've got to keep going with the team that we've got and how good or bad they're playing. We need to keep going and win games. We've got to win the games on the lead up to that. And once we get to the lead up to that, I'll tell you what, we will beat them at Ibrox. In my opinion, if we can bring the same performance there and we don't have any strange VAR or refereeing decisions against us, then we've got a great chance to beat them on a 100% good pitch, no problems there, and a decent referee. We'll end up with Clancy.
Anyway, we've been joined. Bob Jers back with us. Bob, you all right there?
Sorry about getting cut off, lads. Yeah, you're right there, Ox. You're right there, Bridge, sorry. The future's the future. We've got a game on Saturday at Dundee, and we need to be up for it. What happened on Sunday's history? Nothing we can do about it now. So, look to the future. We've got a good young team. Get it stronger, get it quicker, get it up to speed, and we can win a lot of games to the end of the season, and then we'll see where it takes us. Because we have been playing well recently, and we just want to really continue. And I'm sure that's what we'll do. Have faith in the manager, have faith in the squad. Yeah, what you want, Alex? Yeah.
Bob, Jim, obviously, the older you get, you've had the roller coaster. Yeah, you've had the roller coaster of being a supporter, a fan, whatever you want to. Right, so you're on a roller coaster. You have the ups and the downs, yeah. And it's how you react to a down, innit? It's how you react. We lost that game.
Well,
we lost it.
I've seen Rangers at the. I've seen Rangers at the highest, Ox, and I've seen them at the lowest. I mean, I said to you one night in the show, and I was right. We lost in Berwick and reached a European final that year. So that's what football can do for you. It can take you up, it can take you down. They're no team any different. We all suffer the pitfalls here, the highs, the lows. Rangers aren't any different. At the moment, we know the position we're in. We've just got to get better, get stronger. We've been playing well, but find the net a bit more regularly. That's the bugbear with it. We're not finding the net regularly enough. We've got this young lad who knew, and apparently half the Premier League's looking at him. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we need to find the net regularly. Keep going. Keep on going. Didn't give up on anything. It's the Rangers way. We're ready.
Well, we have to bounce back. Listen, the manager and the players are under pressure. There's no one black GB. Yeah.
No, there's no Ox. And again, the team as well is just. I always thought that the team had their time, Ox, and they should have been where they are that they knew maybe a couple of months back. But when you start to learn about the things that's been going on behind the scenes, about players having to learn languages and all the rest of it, Ox, then I'm starting to see that everything needs time. And even like you're saying, that 4-on-1 or 3-on-1 moment, you're just hoping in time that they kind of things start to click, and it is faster. Maybe more intelligent players that they bring in can help with these situations and just get us there the line, Ox. I don't think we're that far away. I honestly don't. See, now we've been able to match them and take them to take them to penalties and stuff like that. I think the players will take like that penalty decision and stuff like that. I think they'll take all that anger and they'll take that into the next game. You know what I mean? And I think they'll have a point to prove. Even it so much as like Bridgman's saying, even into Dundee, I would be, if I was the Dundee players now, I would be worried because I think the players will be going out to make a statement at the weekend, hopefully.
Aye, it should be. Listen, you'd like to think they get with hunger in their belly, yeah? You'd like to think they get there with hunger in their belly. Bridgman?
Yeah, look, the team's there. So they're running off the win, or rather the result against them in the weekend. And providing, and we don't know this yet, or I don't know this yet anyway, providing there are no major injury snags or anything like that, then he's got a good squad to pick from, and he'll put in who he needs. And for me, he should be playing the best team. Forgive me, it's me, Bridgman, always says this. We should always play our strongest team. I don't care who we're playing, we should always play our strongest team. We need to do it. We need to get points on the board and goals in the back of the net. That's what we need. We need to go up the way on both sides, scoring and points. That's my honest opinion. If we do that, wonderful. Now I know we've been struggling. Our squad isn't that big, and or rather, from a first team perspective, but there's a lot of boys coming back, and over the next maybe into January, we'll have a few players ready to come back into the team. And that's what we need. He needs a really good pool of players there. He's got a smashing team at the moment, and we've just showed supposedly the best team that Scotland's ever seen, if not Britain, that we can play football too, and we can roast them. On many occasions during that game, we roasted them. We're own worst enemy. We don't put the ball in the net often enough when we get the chances.
Well, I would say on Sunday, our biggest crime was keeping the ball out the net. You should win a game.
Of course.
Aye, yeah, aye. But listen, it's the next 4 games. I'll say it again. As much as I praised the team, the last 2 performances, Bob, here, a lot of people never seen them coming. But the next 4 games are really important.
Every game's important, Hawks. You know that, Paul. Every game's important. But the next 4 are aye. It's the hump of Christmas and New Year. And very important fixtures, especially the one at Ibrox against them. But never mind about that, takes care of itself. It's winning the rest of the games as well. On Sunday, when I phoned in, I think I said to you, well, okay, there's nothing more gut-wrenching than getting beat for them in a cup final. But I wasn't despondent. I've seen the performance of the team. I've seen the performance of the team against Tottenham, and I've seen it previously before that. It definitely is showing signs of vast improvement, and we can get better still. So let's go for here for this point. As we say, take a hunger into this game on Saturday and run this lot into the ground on Saturday. Run this other lot into the ground on Boxing Day. Then the Old Firm game will take care of itself. Winning is a must. We're Rangers. That's what we expect every week. Oh, it's impossible to win every game, but do your best. There is an improvement there. Let's see the improvement continue. I think that's what we're all striving for, boys.
Well said, Bob J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be done, Bridge.
We have to play with vigour. We have to play with speed. We have to play to get the support. Keep this. I don't know, GB. I don't know if everybody's bought into it. You know, some people have made their mind up, and I understand that. But it's time to get. If you do and perform on the pitch, the support will come with you. Yeah.
And I'm an example of that, Ox. Like I says, I was finished with him after the Aberdeen game. For me, to be honest, with what I was seeing with how Aberdeen were performing at the start of the season, with a squad that didn't know each other and stuff like that, I was finished with Clement at that time. But I've seen now, like I says, and thankfully he's tweaked the tactics a bit. We've got players back fit. And now, like I says, we've won a wee gem and Niggerman, and the boys flourishing week after week. You know what I mean? So there's confidence starting to flow through the team again, Ox. And it's as if we've got kind of our mojo back a bit. And if you had to say to me, Ox, like 4 weeks ago, with these fixtures coming up against Dundee, St Mirren, Motherwell, and then Celtic, I mean, I'd be like, oh, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky if we win two of them. But no, like I says, I'm going into confidence. I think the next 3 games we should win easily with the way the team are performing. And then, like I says, we're going into the Old Firm. And we just have to show our class, Ox, and like you say, keep the ball at the net. I think there's all the Old Firms that I've seen recently. It's been a rundown. It's been a rain undown with the way we've conceded goals. Tav again with Maeda there at the weekend again, sleeping with Maeda running through.
When
once and for all.
When?
What's this?
When did Tav
at the weekend?
Huh?
With the previous Old Firm game at Hame,
right,
remember when he scored after so many seconds? But I'm saying at the weekend again, Balogun was sleeping with Maeda. You know what I mean? And
Raskin.
So it's just
excellent. Wasn't great at that incident neither, was he? But the centre half should have done better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're constantly allowing the same people to score against us. And you look at like say Kyogo and Maeda, it's the same names on the score sheet all the time, Ox, and we just need to get to grips with this. And once we do, we'll be all right.
Do you think it would have made a difference if Suter was playing?
Aye, against Maeda, I think so. Yep.
I mean, he wasn't great the last Old Firm game, but what about you, Bridge? I know you're not his biggest fan.
Well, I think that every bit of experience we need him in our team, and obviously Suter has got a great deal of experience, and he's played for Scotland. He's played at the highest level. He's played for us, and he's played for the Scottish international team. So you couldn't ask a bit any more from him. And I have to say, he's played against Celtic for Hearts and us. And I don't doubt that for a minute that he wouldn't give his all. But he's no for me. Everybody knows for Bridgeman, Suter's not the answer. We need a centre half, a true centre half that's got pace and can play football, and it's got pace and a lot of it, because that's what we're up against. I want height and pace. That's what we need. Sorry, guys, but obviously Suter is an answer of some description when he's fit. And we want all the players with all the experience and with the fitness, and we need to play them at somewhere along the line. And Suter's probably in that bracket.
Aye, but you know, except he's been decent this season, no, Bridge.
Oh yes, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I'm the one that didn't want him anywhere near Rangers, but he's here and he's in the team, and I'll support him because he's part of our squad and our club. So obviously I want him to play well and do the business for us. But I don't believe that he's going to be able to take us to the next level. I want us to go buy someone that'll help to maybe even work with Suter, for instance. But we need someone. We need better than we've got, because they're running right through us. The best players are running right through us, should I say.
Balogun 10 years younger might make a difference, Bob Gerra.
Well, either way, my brother's his biggest fan, like, and he says exactly that. He says, I wish Balogun was 10 years younger. We'd have some player on our hands. But he's no. That's hypothetical. He's no. Suter has been rock steady this season. But again, he has, I agree with you to an extent, Brad. He is a bit injury prone. But there you go. Injuries are injuries. There's no telling when they're going to come in. And when he was with Hertz, he was out for a long time. He's got this groin injury playing, but that happens. But he has been rock steady this year. I have been a fan of Suter this year, but I do agree that we do need another big, solid, quick centre half. I think we spoke about that last week, definitely, especially on the left-hand side.
Well, definitely.
That's going to be the priority in January.
Definitely.
So who it's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, I've not got a name, an obvious name, but we're definitely short in that position, in my opinion. I mean, we've been unlucky. Casemiro, Suter. Obviously, Proper's been injured. Balogun can't play that many games, so we've really not got any fit centre-halves, if we're being really honest.
Well, I'll have to do
Balogun
something
was
because
showing
we've got...
signs as well.
GB?
Balogun was showing signs at the weekend there as well that he was cramping up and all the rest of it. So he's obviously going to be achy. Thankfully, he's had obviously this full week to recover, but again, we're, like you says, we lost him, then we're starting to look down the lines of like say Leon King and all that coming back in.
Well, Sterling's the obvious one, and I don't think he's that keen to play in there, but you know, but we are short now positions, desperately short now.
By the way, see Sterling in that position. I know he says he doesn't like it, but I tell you, see every time he plays in that position, he does a good job in it. I think he's brilliant in that position.
Well, he's fast, isn't he? That gives you another asset, Bridge, doesn't it?
Yeah, pace. We must fill our team as much as possible with people that have got pace and able to play football. And at the defensive side, they must be able to go in and take the ball away or smash into people, whatever it is they do to retain their possession. And really and truly, I just love the way we're playing at the moment. When we're on the attack, it's absolutely fabulous to watch. I just love it. And we'll get guys, when they're running with the ball, they're running for it, they're fearless. And that's what we want. We want to be a fearless team. And if you're fearless, you'll do well. I can assure you that you will do well. And you'll trample people. You'll trample over the top of them. And when we get, and I'm going to say it again there, when we get that back, but no, I'll leave it at that. No, fearless, we need to be fearless.
These 3 games, I mean, we really can't take many more defensive injuries, if we're honest, you know. And we've not had the greatest of luck, Bob J, have we?
We've not had the Hawks.
We've not the greatest of luck as far as injuries.
No, we haven't. No, absolutely not. I mean, Christ, Sunday proved that. But yeah, I mean, you make your own luck, like they say. Well, the future is the future. We're just going to go into this and just, it's like a new beginning, eh? Well, that's behind us. There's still a league there to be won. Don't let everybody kid you on. We're still in the Scottish Cup. We're still in Europe. There's a hell of a lot to be played for. And as you say, once the injuries are starting to clear a bit. It's a shame about Suter. He was playing well. But that happens. We need to get another centre-half in. We've just discussed that. We must. We must keep as many people fit as we possibly can. And we are starting to play some, I agree with you, Bridgeman, we are starting to play some great football. And if we can get better, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the second half of the season. I'm convinced of that. You can see the improvement happening over the last few weeks. And we are now capable of giving them a game because we didn't have given a game on Sunday, as you all know. We're going to harp on about that. That's been spoken about all week. We'll let it go. But keep the improvement going, Mr. Flamont. Keep it going as far as you can. Get people fit, get back in and get challenging for these trophies that remain. That's what we're asking. That's the point. That's the objective. Well, the finances are, I don't know whether they can. Nobody can. We'll see what this CEO does and what this new chairman does. And I don't think a lot of people realise, again, I'm not wanting to hack back to 2012, but I don't think a lot of people realise just exactly where the club's been and how big a corner it's got to turn to get it back on top again. But getting it back on top, I'm convinced it will be back on top. and we will overtake them in trophies. So I'm going to sign off the New York, if it's all right. And enjoy the rest of your night, boys. And I'll definitely hear from you before Christmas. All right?
Cheers, mate. Cheers,
all the best, lads. Bye-bye now.
Cheers, Bob. Cheers, Bob. Jeff.
Cheers, Bob.
I think we do need a centre-half. I say that a lot. There's other players, but the hard bit again, GB, is getting players out the door in it, and the big contracts they've got. They're no moving to somewhere unless they're going to be on less money. They're no moving, rightly or wrongly.
I know we've said it before, Oxchair. Can you just tell us the players that we've got that are sitting on the bench and not injured, coming back from injury, and are they only, some of them just got a year's left in their contract, a season, or will they all finish up in June?
From memory, is up this summer's Tom Lawrence, mate.
Is that the only one?
Aye, Matondo, I think, it's like a year and a half to go, mate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and he's got a huge contract, isn't he?
I think Hadji's up as well, isn't he, Ox? Hadji's
up
up
he's
for...
got an extension, isn't he? He's got an extension. He's got, I think, yeah.
Has he got another year?
I think so. I've not checked out, obviously, Bridge sprung that on me, but we extended Hadji's contract when he was injured, didn't we?
Yeah. Yep.
I think he's 2026. That's from memory, GB. I'm not 100% sure. You know, but Hadji's starting to play well. I mean, I've been critical of Hadji, but I thought he was. I don't think he was the best man in the part. He grew into the game. He got better as the game went on, and he can't fault his effort and his desire. You know, yeah, he's still not the quickest. I know that, but he's definitely good. And then he played in a different position. Him and Barjami switched because of tactical reasons, and the manager got it right, Rich.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm very pleased with the manager. Over the last couple of games, there has been really. I know we were criticising him. I'm one of his biggest critics at times. But he made me eat my words over the last couple of games because I'm so proud of watching my team and the way they play. I think it's just great. And obviously we want that to continue. I don't want it to just be a 2-game wonder, you know. I want to get us in there and keep us going right through. Every time we play, win a game. Just win. Is all I want to do. And you're right, the manager, James Cribbins, I think he's done really, really well. And the team's responded to him and they're working well with him. That's what it looks like to me. And I'm sure that all the other Rangers fans that watch him would see that. I'm not saying that they're the best all through the season, they haven't been. But this last 2 or 3 performances have been outstanding. And I need that outstanding to stay and continue with us. They need to do it. And I'm sorry I brought up these players that were sitting on the bench. Didn't mean to start pass that on to you, Oxia.
Matondo's the big one, Ox, isn't it? Like, see if we could get him out the door. That'd be a good one.
What you've had for him, mate. It's the wages we paid for him and what we've had for him, you know. It's just been a poor return. Lawrence falls into that category. Have they got assets? Of course. That boy's got that pace. He showed you he can score the odd spectacular goal. Lawrence, decent football player, lacks pace. Don't know how much he lost with that bad injury he got right away when he signed for us. Never really recovered for it. That's 2.5 years he's in and out of the team. You've no value for money, you know. And hamstrings us, mate. Hamstrings. No, injuries are part of the game. But people constantly is a drain on you. When somebody gets an injury that Danilo got, you've just got to deal with it, mate.
Aye, there's nothing you can do about that. But when you look at like what the manager's doing, and you're saying like the injuries wise, like Barn, Raskin, see when you get them, fitting well, then you're getting multiple games out of them, Ox. I mean, and this is, I think, a very smart thing that we are doing, that we're bringing down the age. We want still experience in there, but we're wanting like the right experience who know how to look after themselves, like say a Tav, like say a Balogun. I mean, hopefully Cropper's out the kind of woods with his injuries as well. I mean, and Suter to a certain extent has been a lot better under Clermont as well with the amount of games he's been playing. So, whereas like Matondo, he's been consistently like no matter who, if it was Clement or Gio or Beale, he was always constantly picking up injuries. Lawrence as well. I mean, these are the guys, like you says, we need to try and get them off the books, and then hopefully we can bring in young talent or experienced talent that's still got a bit of durability about them. But I think coming up for the transfer window, Ox, I think you're, like you says, we'll be looking at probably a centre half and possibly an attacker. But apart from that, I don't think we'll be doing massive amounts of business.
We need first team players in, players that can first team ready, Bridgeman, yeah.
100%.
Some players out, but as I keep saying, getting them out's the hardest bit. Not just our club, every club now, yeah.
I think the club's done really remarkably well in getting rid of some players, because what was it with the turnover of 11 players or something at the end of last season? That was quite incredible. And he's brought in quite a lot, so we're doing quite well there. We'll get maybe, I would say, based on what you've told us, I would say there's maybe four players that we would desperately be keen to see out the door. But I don't know how big their contracts are. And let's say they're at least until the end of next season, then we may have to just hang on there and bear with it until
Who's your
something
four
happens.
players, Bridge? Who's your four players?
No, I'm saying I thought you had said there was four players. Tom Lawrence and what's the other guy's name that came from Norwich?
Dill. I think he's
Dill.
He's got at least another. He's only 18 months into his contract, mate.
Oh my goodness! Well, there's one of these, or a set of players that they need to go before Matondo. We really, unless these guys somehow or other miraculously turn around and say, "My God, we've got a really good team now. Like, I want to play in that team," and start getting their game, then I don't know what to say when that happens. But seriously, if they're sitting on the bench and it's a false, shall we say, a false reason for sitting on the bench, if they're not as injured as they are, or if they're really going to have to be long term, then we need to do something with them. I really believe that. The club can't go away, can't go on draining and draining and draining.
I don't know how you get them out the door, but Bridge, I've not got to
Of course, pal. Of course, that's going to have to be a really good managership, and whomever it is that's going to do the negotiations to get players away. I mean, look what Manchester United are doing with that boy Rashford. They're desperate to keep him, and I'm wondering what is Rashford trying to do? Why is it? What does he want to leave there for? Because he's probably one of the best paid players in the English Premiership. But I don't know. So I see a couple of players in there. Dowell, not being funny, I thought he was going to be a great player for us. As I said, I'm so disappointed in him. So disappointed. You know, and to watch a player who used to have a really good reputation come on and try to play a pretty poor game against the Celtic, I just can't believe it. So, but we're there. That's what we've got, and we're waiting on guys coming back off injury. And yes, come the new year, 1st of January or whatever date it is, the change on midnight, we should be signing some forms. That's what I would say.
GB, where are you in the Dessers question?
Do you know, I was going to ask you that. I think the way it's went now with getting Danilo and Eggman coming in, I think, like I said, I don't think Dessers will be happy being third choice. And by the way, I think it's more so because he's been the kind of centre of attention where he's always started week in, week out, and it's just been it's like an overnight thing where he's just been dropped to the bench. And like I said, he's not done much to help himself with that, Ox, so he can't really moan too much, but I don't think he's liked it that he's went for like kind of hero to zero. So I can imagine he'll be looking at his options, knowing that every week now, probably guaranteed, as long as Danilo stays fit and the young Eggman stays fit, he's definitely doing the pecking order now. And he doesn't, sadly with Dessers, I think as well, Ox, he's one of these guys, I think if he doesn't get game time, he becomes worse than what he already is. So it's probably beneficial for him if we try and get him moved on, and maybe we bring in a young, fresh striker, you know what I mean?
Explain that to me then.
How he gets worse? Well, his touch, I mean, some of the touches that he had against Tottenham, that one, you're like, he's got to bury it. I mean, it's It's a worldly.
That was a yes offer.
Aye, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But see, the thing is, if we leave him on the bench, it's just got to be, oh no. You mean so? I've got nothing against the big man. He tries his heart. He's always fit. Ox as well. You know what I mean? They can't criticise him for that. And I do generally think he does want to do well for us, but unfortunately, see again as we're seeing at the weekend, we're needing to be clinical. Ox. Granted, some of the boys could have been better at the weekend with how clinical they were, but I think in time we will see them develop and be better at their decision making. Whereas Desser's just, unfortunately, he's just at the wrong age. Ox. We've not got the time to wait on him to get better.
He's not going to get better. He's not at 30 years of age. You know.
Aye, that's what I mean. Aye.
I don't think you could change his game now. Do you, Bridge?
No. He's 31 or something now, is he? 31? 31 next birthday.
30, I think. I'll check
30, yeah, 31 next birthday. So you're not going to change much of him. And you know, I dare say he's the type of player that he loves it when he can score the goals, but I don't think his game is at the level our club wants to be at, right? I think he's got to actually go down a level and start playing, you know, and he'll probably get a lot of goals, no doubt about it, in my opinion. He's got a wee swagger about him, and he likes to put the ball in the net, and I'm sure that a lot of better chances. Although, when you see some of the chances he's missed with us, it's difficult to think how easy it can be, you know. But I hope that I'm sure I heard a wee rumour that somebody was after him. So I hope they come in and get him at the new year. I think that'd be a great thing for us. Just take him away.
It's interesting. He certainly causes debate, GB, doesn't he?
Do you know, see the way everything's working out? He is actually for us the perfect third choice striker. I mean, I'd be really happy if he was going to be our kind of like backup striker. I don't think, like in the games that we are maybe sitting like 2-0 on that, and we're trying to like rest players and stuff like that. He's a perfect guy to bang up front and maybe he create a couple of chances and he gets 1 out of 4. I mean, he's that type of guy that could see out a game for us. But I don't know, like big games like Old Firms and all that in Europe and stuff.
He's done things in Europe that's been okay. Domestically, in the big games, has he done anything?
No, and even at the weekend there again, Ox, isn't it? We're needing somebody to come on and just be a match winner. We're needing one of his moments of brilliance, and he created nothing. He didn't look, to be fair to him, he didn't look that much interested in the game. And it said it all come the penalties. You know what I mean? He wasn't pushing folk out the road to go and grab the ball for a penalty. Leaving it to young Ridvan, for me, he should have just been saying to him, no, look, I'm going to step up. I'm the one of the Rangers strikers. I'm going to take this and take it on the chin and put it away. I
think we'll go to be fair on him. If the manager makes the decision, he's driven with the training data, and it's the 5 best on the park, and that was the 5 best. And that's how they've done it. That's nothing to do with Dessers.
Aye, no, I agree, mate. I don't put the decision at Dessers' door. I just mean, like, if you're confident in your, I don't know, no matter what the manager says, you would just be walking up to him when he's holding the sheet and saying, look, I want to take a penalty. I'm going to score for the day for you.
But if the manager says, no, you're not, what do you do?
Go and sit down and shut up.
Aye, well, you know, if the manager says, this is how we're doing it, and I'm not saying this is what happened, these are the 5 kickers because they're the 5 best with the data we've got that's on the park at this moment in time. What's a sad indictment is, Bridget, your centre forward who was playing all the games at the start of the season wasn't in the top 5 penalty kickers.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know. Seriously, my memory's shot to pieces. I don't know if I've ever seen Dessers taking a penalty kick. So forgive me.
I'll find out
take one. Yeah, but all I'm meaning is that he's hardly kicked a ball in these last 4 or 5 games. So, if the decision was the squads, right, and we're looking for volunteers, and they got the 5 volunteers, and Dessers never volunteered, then I think that's shocking because he should have volunteered. He should have been the man that would step up and take a penalty. The same with the boy we're talking about. This the guy I wanted him to leave, came from Northern. I keep forgetting his name. Forgive me, but he should also have volunteered. If they've allowed Ridvan to take a penalty, I don't know who's allowed it. I don't think he should have been allowed to do it because his form has been woeful. He's not too bad when he gets the ball and goes into midfield or up through the midfield. He's not too bad. Anywhere near goal, I'm afraid he's been woeful. I don't think he knows where the goals are yet, to be honest. There's maybe one or two good shots, and that's all he's had. But that penalty he took was woeful, just dreadful. That's it. This is for the game. That was for the game, to save the game or whatever. It's just nonsense, you know. Just nonsense. Never mind. Dessers, we don't know. You might be right, Oxshare, and it was the manager that picked him. Then sorry, manager, your choice is poor. Sorry.
Just back for injury as well, Bridgman. That's the thing. Ridvan was just back for injury, and yet like nobody else is able to take a penalty for him. Like Oxshare says, that's damning.
Yeah, I think what's damning for me is your centre forwards knowing the best 5 spot kickers, mate.
Aye, I agree. Aye. And that's been there. That's what I'm saying. That's been there a period of time. And if Ridvan's been back and he's been in training, he's been taking penalties in a short space of time, and he's proven that he's better than the strikers in that short space of time. Ox, again, I totally agree with you. It's like, what is going on? Like, that's not good enough. And then, like you says, that's where we need to try and improve. I think what I say is that if Dessers thinks he's got to be getting any starts anytime soon, it's no, and it's really down to him whether he wants to sit on the bench and be a third choice going forward. And I don't think he is. I don't think he'll be happy with that, Ox. No, when he's came for a club that he's always been playing.
He's not going to get the same money elsewhere, mate, and that's the problem you've got.
Aye. Yeah, and then that becomes an issue with us as well, isn't it? Because we can't reinvest.
You're paying him big wages, mate. You know, interesting. The Dessers debate. He has caused us he's gave us laughs. He's made us cry. He's definitely gave us talking points, Bridget.
Yes. We went on a run and he scored goals over a 2 or 3 game period, and then he dropped to it, and then he scored a double, and you're thinking, actually, he's not as bad as I'm thinking, you know. But really and truly, when you watch him and he does the crazy things like, oh my God, when he pulled that ball down his chest and it just dropped to his feet, and I thought, this is wonderful, smash it. No. And I thought, no, he's back to where he was.
Anyway, we've been joined by Wee Al, all the way from Canada. Evening, Wee Al.
Hey, Oxshare, how you guys doing?
All right, mate. How you doing, mate? You've come in at the last talking. Floor's yours.
I got the floor. Hi, GB. Hi, Bridge. How you guys doing?
Well, fine, Al. Fine. Thanks.
Good, Al. Thanks for phoning in, mate. Thanks for contributing.
You bet. Hey, I just wanted to call because I've been listening the last couple of days, and I want to mention actually the last 3 tunes you guys have played have been my top 3 tunes. So thanks for that.
All right. Speak to Fox. He's a tune man.
Thanks, Fox. Hey, so I wanted to call because actually this is really the bias and stuff like that with the penalty. So it's very interesting what's happening. It's something that I'm kind of passionate about, because I'll tell you a story that I've never told anybody. In June of this year, after we lost that cup final, I sat down, I wrote a 2-page letter, and I sent it to the SFA and the SPL. I sent it to all 4 directives, and Willie Miller, top referee SFA, and Willie Collum. And it was an unbiased, polite letter telling them that, you have to get this fixed when it comes to Scottish football. 1 minute it's a penalty and the next minute it's not. And you talk about those things you've mentioned, like the handball of Johnson, the Dessa kicking Lagerbielke, what happened to him? He's disappeared off the planet. It tells you how terrible he was. And all those decisions in the cup final, and I was so frustrated, and I said, this has to stop. So what I did, I typed up that letter and I sent it off. I never really put my name and returned contact information on it. I did put my name, but I didn't do it for a response. I did it because I wanted to voice my concerns. There's an unconscious bias. I agree with Albert. I think they're just scared to give us anything because of the history. It goes all the way back to that game when Hugh Dallas get hit. So it goes all the way back, and obviously the 90s when we were winning everything. And I asked for transparency. I asked for the referees to come out and explain the decision. I told them they just celebrated 150 years in Scottish football, and if they want to celebrate another 150 years, they're going to have to make the change because they're destroying the game. And but it's interesting that they're coming out speaking about the VAR. It's interesting that Willie Collins coming out now and having that programme talking about the mistakes. And I can just tell that I think he's trying to make a difference because that's the biggest thing. We just want integrity in the sport. So I just thought I want to say that. And I want to say that, not to do anything because I know a lot of Rangers fans out there are frustrated, angry, disappointed, feel, like we're getting treated poorly. I'd recommend everybody just to type up a nice, polite letter and send it. And they do that over here. They're always sending letters to congressmen and stuff like that to get things done. So you have to do it, get involved, and things will change. And I'm confident that our CEO and the chairman and the history of him being a lawyer, I think you mentioned that, Oxjay, as well. I think I'm excited about the future, but it doesn't take away from what happened on the weekend. Just wanted to let you know that.
2 pages. That could be a task for some ace. And also, the expletives might be a bit of a task as well to miss Bridgman.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well said, Al, by the way. Well said. And everything he said there is true. And we don't need to go over and say it all again. What he said was absolutely true. And we could go back, or I could go back a long, long, long way, and I could list off a few things that was done against us. So as far as I'm concerned, I agree with Al. Let's go on. Next steps.
Yeah. Listen, well done, Al. Everybody's going to try and do a wee bit more, whatever that is, whatever you think's right. I can assure you, Canada and the way they act's a bit different for this country than Scotland, GB.
Aye, Ox, like it says, they probably know how to get folk out and get shit done, as they say. It's just that, unfortunately, the world that we live in here, there's governments that are kind of more prone to be sympathised with certain people and all the rest of it. So what I'll say is I do believe with us as a fan group, Box, we need to just keep it relevant. We need to keep these moments, like I says, in the spotlight. Any chance any fan gets that they're on a show or anything like that, just keep highlighting it. And then, like I says, the Bears, like the Union Bears and all that at matches and stuff, when they've got banners out, make sure it's highlighting certain things about the SFA and stuff like that, just to keep it in the limelight, because it seems to be the press love watching a banner getting put up. So let's see them, like I says, tag that or put that in the paper or whatever. You mean, like I says, it keeps it talking points. And then, like I says, are even our old ex-players and stuff like that. Chris Boyd's been banging the drum as well. Need to keep that, guys like that, keep it ticking air just for this next Old Firm.
I think he's on his own sometimes, right enough.
Yeah, his mate is sadly.
He's absolutely surrounded, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems that way as well. But I think you said it best, Ox, the other day. You said the genie's out the bottle, and you're right, GB. When the genie's out the bottle, the toothpaste is out the tube. You can't put it back in, and you have to keep it out there. And I think it's great that they're bringing it out, because also in that letter I described to them back in 1962, Bobby Davison was in the World Cup final. In 2002, Hugh Dallas was in the World Cup final as a referee. I think he was the fourth official. We haven't had a referee there at all. And I know in their hearts, they want that. They want our referees to be respected. And you can't be respected if you keep on with this Mickey Mouse shenanigans, So it's time for change. But I think we're going in the right direction. But you do have to keep pushing the point, letting them know, because there's a lot of evidence. And they've set the precedent now that they're going to come out and talk about these things. And you've got to keep it out there in the open, because transparency is where we're going,
Cheers, mate. Listen, cheers to Al, cheers to Bob Jer, cheers to Billy for joining us tonight. Thanks for the call, Al. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Roger.
Just came in late. Last word, GB.
Thanks for having us on tonight, Ox. Good to hear for the calls tonight as well. And like I says, we march on, mate.
Yeah. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say, Oxshare? Fantastic night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The guests have been great. Thank you, GB, for carrying me through this. And the Techie Boys. Big thank you to the big Techie Boys. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in here all over the world, please keep it going for the Rangers. Big game of the weekend. Keep it going.
Take it away, old school boy.